Hello, good evening, and welcome to Become a Better Man. My name is Tunde Disu, and thank you for taking the time out to be part of today's program. We are continuing from where we stopped last week. We continue the same topic that we started looking at last week, talking about work or working. You remember last week we talked with the question was, why do we work? Why do we work? Why do we wake up in the morning, go to work, go to the office, go to wherever your workplace is, go to the market, go to your business, go to your garage, whatever and wherever your office is? The question we asked last week was, why do we work? Why do we work? And we also then went further to compare working or work with a job versus your work. And we said working is different from your job. And we took time to explain that further. We said work is perhaps the greatest secret to personal progress. Work, when you talk about working, you're talking about productivity, fulfillment of purpose, because it encourages you, it helps you to release your potentials, it helps you to bring to life what is on the inside of you. It helps you to tap into your talent, your abilities, your capabilities, and it gives you a sense of identity, a sense of encouragement, a sense of strength in life. But that is work. You will agree with me that your job probably will not do that for you. Your job will not give you that. And we also talked about, because work is an avenue to release your potentials, to fulfill the purpose for which you are here. We said, when you refuse to work, when you choose not to work, you are denying yourself that opportunity to fulfill your potentials, to tap into your purpose, to discover the reason why you're here. But more than that, when you refuse to work, you are not contributing your quota to life, to the world, to the inhabitants of this world. Invariably, we said that means you are stealing from the world, because you are taking, but you are not contributing. So the greatest safeguard, the greatest way to prevent you being regarded as stealing from the world, we said, is for you to engage yourself in discovering your purpose, in tapping into your potentials, in developing your skills, in making sure that what is unique about you is not lost on this world. Because until you start to work, until you start to discover what you can be, you will miss the blessing that is inherent in work. Until you start to challenge what's on the inside of you, you push out what is hidden on the inside of you, you will miss out in the blessing that is inherent in work. Because we said work brings forth from a man or a woman the possibilities that will die with you, inside of you, unless you activate them, unless you produce them, unless you fulfill that purpose, unless you bring it out. And the avenue to do that, we said, is by working. In the absence of work, strength and energy will be wasted. They will waste away. They will just melt away like snow in summer. The dreams and visions would wither. Your dreams, your vision, because we all have dreams. We have vision. We have purpose. There's a reason why we're here. And the way to express that reason, the way to bring out that reason, is through your work. So if you are not working, your dreams, your visions, they will wither and they will die. We said your skills and your talents too will degenerate, and productivities will wane. So as you can see, there are so many factors, or there are so many benefits rather, that will come forth from you working. Now, again, let me be quick to point out that when I talk about working, when I use the word working, working, it's different from your job. It is completely different from your job, because your job is something you do to earn salaries, to make a living, so that you can pay your bills, so that you can meet your obligations, so that you can survive this month, you can keep a roof over your head, food on your table, clothes on your back, make sure your council tax is paid, make sure your electricity, your gas, water, and all the other utilities are paid. All of that are things that you will get when you do a job. But when you work, you are tapping into yourself. You are digging into your well. You are bringing forth from the inside of you the latent potentials, the gifts of God, the deposit that is in you. And you remember last week I said, none of us are here by accident, and none of you are here to be useless. There is a specific purpose that we, each and every one of us, carry. And only you can fulfill that, your purpose. Only me can fulfill my specific purpose. So when you don't work, when you don't discover and develop and bring forth that purpose, you are robbing this world of that aspect that will have made the world a better place. So work should be a source of energy, it should be a source of joy, it should be a source of enthusiasm. And then I said something last week. I said, whatever job you are doing now, whatever job you are involved with right now, and at the end of each day, you don't have at least 2 hours to devote to develop yourself, to devote to work on your gifts, on your talent, on your skills, on your potentials. That job is not a job, it's slavery. Because until you start developing that, all you are doing is exchanging your life for a paycheck. Exchanging your life just to make it through to next month. But when you start to develop what is in your hand, the Bible talks about God will bless the works of your hand, not necessarily what you do when you go to the office. That is the work of somebody else's hand. You are just there helping them or contributing, exchanging your life, sacrificing your purpose, your potentials on the altar of a paycheck. So we covered all of that last week and so many more. When you look at the world around you, if you look around you, the people around you, the colleagues you work with, the people in your circle of influence, when you look at the world around you, you will recognize that everybody is busy. Everybody is busy. But most of us are busy doing nothing. Most of us are busy not producing anything. Most of us are busy, but there's nothing to show for our busyness. And remember last week I talked about the 3 things you can do with your time. You can either waste it, you can either spend it, or you can waste your time, you can spend your time, or you can invest it. So most people, virtually everybody is busy. But the question is, what is the product at the end of your business? What have you got to show for your business? Everybody is in a hurry, going nowhere. Everybody is busy doing nothing. You see, working is an important part of our lives. working is an integral part of our lives. But you see, a lot of people are not working, they're doing they're jobbing, they're doing a job. And therefore, they don't find satisfaction in what they do on a daily basis. A lot of people, if you are truthful to yourself, if I ask you right now, are you happy? Are you satisfied? Do you find fulfillment in what you do on a daily basis? Every morning you wake up, you get up, you dress up, and you go out. And the evening you drag your tired self back to the house. Are you happy in that? Are you fulfilled in that? Do you find joy and satisfaction in what you do? The truth is, if we do a survey, maybe about 10, maybe 15% of people will be able to answer yes to that question. Do you know why? Because we're not working. We are only jobbing. We're doing jobs and we're not working. We have become slaves to what jobs that we have. We have become enslaved to that table, to that factory, to that production line, to that whatever it is you do for a job. We have enslaved ourselves to them. And when we ask ourselves, who am I? When you ask people, who are you? When you meet people and you introduce yourself, have you noticed that people will respond after their name, or before they even tell you their names, they will tell you their jobs. Hello, my name is Tunde, I'm an accountant. Hello, my name is Tunde, I'm a lawyer. Hello, my name is Tunde, I'm a doctor. Or they will just tell you, oh, my name is Dr. So-so. No, your name is not Dr. So-so. Your name is Tunde. The doctor is a title. It's just an accomplishment that you have achieved. It's not your name. But in most cases, we describe ourselves. We identify ourselves by what we do and not by who we are. And there is nothing that causes more frustration than knowing within yourself that what you are saying is not right. Because that's not who you are. That's what you do. One of the unfortunate things in life is that people now see everything in monetary terms. People see everything in economic values. Everything now is tied up, is listed, is valued, is recognized based on the currency sign behind them. Many of the problems that we face in our lives, ladies and gentlemen, they could be avoided. Many of the challenges that we face could be avoided. And how can they be avoided? By determining who we are. What do I want in life? What is my purpose? What is the reason why I am in this place at this time, right now? Why am I here? Because without determining that, what we tend to do is we throw ourselves at the first letter of offer that comes through the door, and then spend the rest of our adult life, of our working life, of our energy life, doing that same thing, even though we're not happy, even though we don't find fulfillment, even though we're not enjoying it, but because we have made that our reality. When the truth is, truth be told, in your heart of heart, you know, and I know, whatever it is you are doing now that is not a product of what is coming up from the inside of you, whatever you're doing now that is based on the instruction that somebody else is giving to you, whatever you're doing now that is not originated and is not adjusted and moderated and improved upon by yourself, within yourself, is a job, and it won't make you happy. I read a book sometime last year. The book is called Stop Working for Uncle Sam by Dr. Sunday Adelaja. I highly recommend that book. Stop Working for Uncle Sam by Sunday Adelaja. It's on Amazon. Get yourself a copy. It will deliver you. See, when you are in a job, you are simply slaving for Uncle Sam. When you are in a job, when you have a job, when you do a job, when your 9 to 5 is a job, all you are doing is slaving for Uncle Sam. And Uncle Sam is a terrible slave master. He's a terrible, terrible slave master. He determines what your life is worth, because the salary you are paid is not a measure of the value you bring to the job. It's a measure of what the owner of the job, your employer, thinks or believes you are worth. If whatever you are paid as your pay packet at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, whatever your pay packet is about a third of the actual value that you bring to the organization. But what do? We go back every day, every month, every year, doing the same thing, earning the same thing, and spending the same thing, and complaining about the same thing, not happy about the same thing, fighting over the same thing. Because that is the nature of a job. But work, on the other hand, is a different ballgame. Have you noticed now that work used to be 9 to 5, or 8 to 4, or 10 to 6? That used to be work time. But right now, there's no work time. You work all day and half through the night. You know how? They've given you a laptop. Maybe they've even given you a mobile phone. They've given you a car and this and that, and you think you have arrived. No. All of that is so that you are constantly and permanently at work. All that is doing is stealing from you that extra 2 hours that I talked about, that you need to find, and you need to invest in yourself. You need to use to develop yourself. You need to use to discover your purpose. What is it about me? What is unique about me? Why am I here? What can I add? What can I contribute? What value can I bring to this planet? But because you have the laptop, the boss can email you at any time and expects a response. Because you have the laptop, the boss can demand that this is 9 p.m., but I want that report by 7 a.m. tomorrow. What does that mean? You work all night to produce that report. Because you have the mobile phone, the boss can determine where you are per time. Thank God for GPS. A job is a slave field. But work is a different story. When you work on yourself, when you develop your purpose, your talent, your skills, the first thing it will do is it will build it will give you a level of self-esteem. You will feel good about yourself. Do you know why? Because you can see the product of your own handiwork. You can see the outcome of your analytical thinking. You can see the output of the trajectory of how you started thinking about it, what you did with it, how you produce it, how you package it, and now it's in the market. There's a high level of self-esteem that you can't buy from any market. When you work and you develop yourself, your skills, your talent, it teaches you that the discovery, it helps you to discover and to use your own talent, to use your own skills and your abilities. And it helps you to realize that that is more important than any paycheck anybody can give you. There is no value, there is no monetary value that anybody can put on the product that comes from within you. When you develop yourself to work, not your job, when you develop yourself to work on yourself, for yourself, by yourself, to produce something, you know what? One of the attributes that you will learn, that you will cultivate, that you will develop in the process is the attitude that doesn't run away from challenges, that doesn't shy away from opposition, that doesn't quake and shake in its boot because there is something out of the ordinary. No, working helps you it helps you to see challenges as a reason to be happy. Do you know why? Because it forces you to dig deeper on the inside to find a solution. And the deeper you dig, the more you find that solution, the better you become, the greater your potential, the more you are developed. You can't buy that in the market. When you work, all this I'm talking about is the benefits of work. When you work, not your job, when you actually work, it offers you the opportunity to transform your dreams into reality. Imagine that. Something you've been dreaming about, something you've been thinking about, something you can see in the eyes of your heart, something that was once a vision, something that was once a dream. Then you start to develop and work on it and work on it, and one day, boom, it's right in front of you. I tell you, that is what is called joy unspeakable, everlasting. But you will only get that sense, that feeling from working, not from a job. When you work on yourself, it multiplies your resources because you are able to discover. In the course of working, you will discover some hidden potentials, some hidden talents, some hidden skills, something that you never even knew you had. Boom, it will come out at you and you will scream around the village shouting and rejoicing, because it's not just the discovery, it's the multiplication that will keep you dancing and singing. When you work, you are being a blessing to others, because out of your work, you will start to create values. You will start to create services. You will start to create goods. You will start to create solutions to other people's problems, and thereby being a blessing to them. And when you bless people, when you add values to people, when you make people's life better, easier, guess what? They will recompense you. Where there is no need, there will be no work. And where there is no work, there will be no joy in life. So if you want to be joyful, if you want joy in your life, work. Work. Is this helping anybody out there? The world we live in, we are so focused, we are engrossed in money. Money has enslaved the world because there is the general belief that the more of it you have will lead to a better life. Money has become the magnet that's sucked everybody in, because we have been indoctrinated, we have been trained, we have been programmed to believe that the more of it you have, the better life you will have. But the challenge is, when you have that mindset, it pushes yourself, your person, your purpose, your identity is lost in the process. It pushes you, yourself, into the background when yourself should be what is controlling your life. But now money is the one controlling it. And one of the ways we do that is by placing too much emphasis on excelling in the job, not at the work. Because we have been trained to, we've been programmed to think, oh, if you're excellent at your job, you will make more money and you will look professional, you will have a better life. But when we fail to discover what is hidden, when we fail to bring values to the market, when we fail to add and contribute to life, then life is no longer fun. Life is, we're living our lives as if we're robots. When we don't pursue values, we don't pursue creativity, we don't pursue adding something to life. A job is a system that never allows you to even have the ability to stop and ask and think. And that is why when you are doing a job, the employer or your supervisor they will ensure that there is back to back of things to do, things to finish, things to start, things to check, things to control, things to manage. All of that is to deprive you the time, the mindset, the pause to even catch yourself and say, wait a minute, what is going on? To ask yourself, am I actually fulfilling my true potentials in this job? Is this job the best that I can do? Is this the best of me? Is this the totality of my being? Is this all I am able to? Or is there more to me than what this is? A job focuses your mind, your vision, your attention. It focuses your person on just getting salaries and immediately using that salary to settle bills, to meet your obligations. It is called job, J-O-B. Do you know what that means? Just over broke. They pay you enough so that you will have to come back tomorrow. You have to come back next week. You have to come back next month. You have to come back next year so that you can be able to meet your needs and pay your bills and service your debt. That's what job is. It's not, it will never make you wealthy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't get a job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying have a job, because you can't be sitting down idle, not doing anything. Have a job, but make sure that even within that job, even while you're doing that job doesn't become the essence of your life, doesn't become the totality of your life, doesn't engross you to the point that you don't have time for yourself, you don't have time for your family, you don't have time for your health, you don't have time for anything else. All you do, all you think, everything is about the job, the job, the job. Get a job by all means, but see it as a temporary position. See it as a transition. See it as a holding pattern while you prepare yourself, while you discover yourself, while you develop your skills and your talent. We need to stop for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We need to stop for a moment and take a look at what we have become. What have we become? We have stopped living, we are only existing in the name of a job. It is time that we start living the way we're supposed to. It is time that we rediscover the purpose of our being. It's time that we define where the line is as far as the job is concerned, so that we can do some work. It's time for us for mommies and daddies whose time with the kids isn't cut short because of a job situation. Oh no, I can't see you now. I can't come to that. Oh, I need to go this. Oh, I need to finish that. The children are calling. Hello, daddy. Yes, I'll see you later. Hello, mommy. Look, don't talk now. I'm coming. I'm busy now. I need to take the. One of the things that every time I see, it just really, it hurts my heart, is when I see children be under 1 year old being fashioned out and given and put in a nursery from 7 in the morning till 5, 6 in the evening, because the parents have to go to work. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand we need all this, but we are robbing these children of their childhood. We are taking away. We are dragging these children into the slave market with us. It's time we stop and start to live the way we're supposed to. We must start to live as friends who are not competing to outdo each other. A lot of people don't even have friends now. They only have people in the office, and that's it. And even the people in the office are not your friends. They are just your co-workers, they are your colleagues, and you are on each other's throat. You are competing one with another. What's happened to us? We need to go back to start to live as people who don't have to give up our personal self-development and our hobbies and our purpose in life. Because there is more to life, ladies and gentlemen. There is more to life than just running around the rat race ring to pay the bills. There is more to life. There is nobody that on their deathbed will say, oh my goodness, how I wish I did more job. How I wish I was more involved in my job. They don't say that. Most people regret that they sacrificed their health, their family, their children, their friendship, their connection, their relationship with God on the altar of jobs. Your potentials, your skills, your talent, the ability that's on the inside of you is your birthright. It was given to you. It was deposited inside of you before you were delivered for a purpose. You and I are loaded. We are loaded. We are loaded to the brim with great abilities and talents and gifts and strengths and skills and everything, so that we can become who we're meant to be here in life. Everything that any one of us need to go from where we are to where we need to be, it's already on the inside of us. Just like a mango tree doesn't have to go to the cashew tree to find out what do I need to do to become a mango tree. Everything the mango tree needs to produce mango is inside the mango. And all you need to do is to put it in the right environment and watch it of its own accord come forth. And in a few years' time, people are gathering underneath it to harvest mango. A man's gift will make room for him. A man's gift will make room for him. But that man must discover what his gift is before he can make room for him. The illusion that if you study hard, especially if you are from where I come from, just study hard and get your degree and get your qualifications and get your professional qualifications and then and get a good job. And then eventually you'll be able to have a good life. Then eventually, maybe somewhere down the line, you'll be able to follow your dreams. The unfortunate thing about that is, by the time eventually comes, by the time you roll over into the region of eventually, you are either too old, you're too tired, you've lost your passion, you don't want to follow your dreams, or you feel at this age it's too late now to try and start something. And everything that was in you will go to the grave with you. That's why Miles Monroe said the graveyard is perhaps the richest place on earth because of the unrealized potentials that are buried there. A job reduces you to getting instruction about what to do and what not to do. And every now and again, they will come and reprimand you and castigate you and shout at you and belittle you and ridicule you. That's what a job does. Now, you could say, well, Tunde, I don't know what you're talking about. My boss doesn't do that to me. My manager is very friendly. My supervisor is very kind. Well, maybe. God bless you. If only you know what they say when you're not there. A job reduces you to a programmable robot. This is what you do. This is when you do it. This is how you do it. This is what you do it with. This is who you do it with. This is what you... Do you know that? Okay, let's look at it this way. You have a job. Thank God for that. But to many people that are working 9 to 5 every day, all they know about the whole organization is that 15-inch screen that's in front of them. They cannot tell you what led to the input into their own job, and they cannot tell you what the output from their job is contributing to the overall productivity of the organization. But we do that every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. When you could sit down, remember the 2 hours a day? Every day, whatever, come rain, come sunshine, come snow, come winter, whatever it is, 2 hours to yourself, 2 hours for yourself, 2 hours with yourself, 2 hours on yourself. Even if you don't have anything to do, just sit down and think. Just let your mind travel. A job stifles your creativity. It diminishes your initiatives, and it cuts down your ability to think logically and analytically, because somebody is determining what you should do, how you should do it, when you should do it, where you should do it, with what you should do it. So all you are doing is you're like the conveyor belt. All you're doing is when it comes on, you pass it on. When it comes on, you pass it on. When it comes on, you pass it on. When you could save 2 hours to write down your book, to create that thing that you have been seeing in your vision, to start that project that has been on your mind since you were 17, to take that journey that if there is one thing you want to do is to go on that adventure. But because of your job, you can't do that. That's your business plan that you've been saying, I need to write this, I need to prepare this, I need to write it. That 2 hours. That 2 hours, you could focus it on, okay, I just want to get another degree. And spend that 2 hours every day working on that, working on that, working on that. Every job forces you to sell yourself for 2 things. Number one, it forces you to sell yourself for the opportunity to earn a salary so that you can meet your daily needs. Every job, number two, forces you to have the illusion of security, of a steady income, a stable job, and maybe somewhere down the line, a retirement fund somewhere. That's why I said last week, 3 things that people are addicted to in life: cocaine, heroin, and salary. Look, listen to what this person, is Robert Brechter said. Increased self-reliance will lead to an enhanced sense of self-achievement, a principal component of human well-being. Increased self-reliance will eventually result in an enhanced sense, the feeling of self-achievement, the feeling, the satisfaction of achievement, which is a principal component of every human's well-being. The tragedy of life, ladies and gentlemen, the tragedy of life is not that it ends so soon. The tragedy of life is that we wait so long to start it. We wait for eternity eternity to start to live. And by the time we wake up to live, the day is dark. Strength is gone. Impetus is gone. Interest is weighing. Ability is not there. Benjamin Disraeli said it this way. He said, nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think. Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go higher than the way what you think. Isn't that what the Bible says? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Steve Jobs said it this way. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. Listen to that. He didn't say your job. He said your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do a great work is to love what you do. Your work, not your job, your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Do what you are passionate about, not what you have to do just so that you can make a living. Jim Elliot said, he is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. The truth is, many people, most people, majority of the world population will barely succeed doing a job that is at variance with the core purpose and the reason for their existence. People will rarely succeed and be happy if they are doing something, if they're spending their life, which is their time, doing something that is not coming from the inside. You cannot define your life without knowing your passion and your calling. You cannot define your life. You cannot identify yourself. You cannot quantify your worth. You cannot determine what you stand for without knowing your passion and without knowing your calling and without pursuing it and developing it and growing it. Your gift is not what you do. Your gift is who you are. What you do is a demonstration of who you are, as in your work, as in your talent, as in your skills, as in your potentials. When you create value by growing your talents, by developing your gifts, by increasing your competencies to the highest level possible, that's how you create value. You create value by developing your talents, your gifts, your potential, your skills, your competencies. People don't pay you for your gift. They don't pay you for your talent. They don't pay you for your passion or your calling. People will only pay you for the benefit that your gift is bringing to their lives. People will pay you for the value that your gift is adding to their lives. We all have the same level and the same chance at this game of life. We all have life is an equal opportunity employer. We all have the same chance, the same level, the same opportunity. But only those who produce more value will become highly demanded. When you discover your gift, develop it, grow it, package it, release it, the world will buy it. The world will comfort. The world will there's a need that only your gift can meet. Well, there are so many singers out there, so no. Yes, there are so many singers, but no singer has your voice. Oh, yes, there are so many artists there, but no artist can do like you do. Yes, there are so many this, that, but nobody can do it the way you can do it because it is uniquely yours. If you think you are beaten, then you are. If you think you dare not, then you won't. If you would like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain that you won't win. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or to the fastest. Eventually, the man who wins is the one who thinks he can. What do you say to yourself? What do you say to yourself about yourself? People can say anything and everything about you. It's their opinion. That's their opinion. But what do you say about yourself? You can never go to where your mind has never been. You cannot physically go to where your mind has never been. You cannot accomplish with your hands what you have not accomplished in your mind. Your hands cannot hold what your mind has not imagined. So start from the inside. Build that dream from the inside. Develop that gift from the inside. See that vision from the inside. Pursue that calling from the inside. And the outside will have no choice but to respond and follow through. The price of success is hard work, ladies and gentlemen. Dedication to the work at hand, plus the determination that whatever the outcome is, you want to be able to stand and look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, irrespective of the outcome, I gave it my best shot. Win or lose, I am not going to be the first to condemn myself because I didn't do enough. I didn't go the extra mile. I didn't put my best. I didn't commit myself. No, I will give it everything I've got. And if it didn't come out right, guess what? I won't live a life of regret. Because I know I gave it my best shot. It just means that there are things I need to learn. There are areas I need to grow. There are things I need to bring up from the inside. And guess what? Roll off your sleeves and get on with it. Start digging again. Start thinking again. Start working on it again. Eventually, it will come through. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not against job. I have a job that I do. But make sure that that job does not become a slave master that's put a ring around your nose and drags you wherever it leads. Make sure that job, always see that job as a transition point. See that job as what you have to do right now as you journey towards your point of discovery. As you plow through this land so that you can get to your promised land. This is what you have now. Work at it. But whatever it is, don't let it steal down your 2 hours. However tedious it becomes, whatever it takes, refuse bluntly, doggedly, with full determination that these 2 hours, they are mine, and I'm going to keep them. These 2 hours, they are mine, and I'm going to use them for myself. These 2 hours, I am going to invest them. I'm going to sow them like seed in my soil so that it can bring forth good fruit in good measure, pressed and shaking together, and then the result will speak for itself. Don't let the job deny you of the work. Because that same job today, you could go there tomorrow and they said, you know what? Thanks for the time, but we're going to have to let you go. But nobody can lay you off from your work, your skills, your talent. Wherever you go, they're there with you. Spend more time growing it, developing it, increasing it, perfecting it, enhancing it, brushing it up, polishing it, shining it, greasing it, whatever it is. Spend that 2 hours for yourself and on yourself. And as you do that, there is no telling what your story will be. One day someone said, where did he come from? He just came from out of nowhere. That's their opinion. But you know where you're coming from. You know how far you've traveled. You know what you have put into the equation. Don't let your job stop you from doing your work. Let me say that again. Do not allow your job stop you from doing your work. Because it's in your work that you will find fulfillment. It's in your work that you will find satisfaction. It's in your work that you will find joy unspeakable. And nobody can take that away from you. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our time is up. It just seemed like this 1 hour just kind of just fly by. But hey, we're still here. We are on a journey of discovery. Remember that. We are on a journey of discovery. What do we want to discover? We want to discover our purpose. We want to discover our calling. We want to discover our gifts, our talent. We want to discover why we're here for such a time as this. What can we contribute to this earth so that this world will know we were here? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being part of this program. I appreciate you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am eternally grateful. And please, if you have not shared tonight's program, I don't know why you will not want to share it. It will be a blessing to somebody. But more than that, it will be a blessing to you because now you have a footprint of it on your timeline. And you can go back to it again and again and again and again. So please do me a favor. Click the share button right now. Share it with somebody. Share it with your group. Let somebody else benefit add some value to somebody else's life by sharing tonight's program. I'm grateful for all those people who are sharing it. And I'm grateful for you taking the time to be part of today's program. So until next week when we meet again, remember, we're going somewhere. There is a purpose for us. There is a goal. There's a place with our names on it. There is a place. There is a destination that we are on course towards. And we will not stop. We will not retire. We will not cave in. We will not give up. We will not throw in the towel until we arrive. So that everybody would know that truly we are better men and better women. So until next week when we meet again, thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.